David Corenswet.
David Corenswet has made no secret. My feed is now filled with every time David Corenswet does anything. I just saw a video. We won't show it. A video of David Corenswet and the cast of Superman arm wrestling. I mean, from the social post to the jokey stuff, it's out of control, this promotion for this movie. But here in this video, David Corenswet talks Star Wars. And it's on in Brittany. I'm learning about so many YouTube shows I don't know about. I think they did every show but ours. But David Corenswet joins Brittany Broski's Royal Court. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Have not seen this clip.
Looks British to me.
It looks very British, but because the royal stuff. Let's look at this. Let's take a look at this clip.
I brought you here today is to talk about Star Wars. Let's get fucking serious. Goodness. Are you out of your mind?
That is not a British accent. Bad guess. But let's hear this.
Can I give you a hot take?
Yeah.
Anakin was valid in everything he did. I recently rewatched episode 1 and 2.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
To say that Anakin was valid in everything that he did,
Yeah,
and then to not mention episode 3. Well, obviously, if you don't watch episode 3, there's a better argument for it all.
Wait, you talking about a certain order or something like that?
It's just no, not even that. I mean, honestly, like it was
killed children. That's what he's trying to say.
Was it part of the order technically? Because
here's the thing, though, right? Padme, so in love with Padme. Do anything for love? That's valid.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Exactly. Obi-Wan ultimately is a boomer, and I hate to say it, but it's true.
Yeah, well, he wasn't the one who was supposed to train Anakin. That was supposed to be Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon had the experience and the instinct and the and frankly the love, which in the Jedi Order is not terribly encouraged. But Qui-Gon went against the Order in feeling this great love for the kid and having this sense. And if it had been Qui-Gon, it probably would have gone better. But that said, Obi-Wan is also justified because he made a promise to his dying master. He's got to follow through, and he cares about the kid too.
What are your hot takes? What are your Star Wars hot takes?
Star Wars hot take is you should watch them if you're.
Wait, okay, real quick. David Corenswet thinks more deeply about these questions than the people who work on Star Wars.
You mean George Lucas? Because he's talking about
forget George. I'm just saying the people that are currently there in the story group. And anyways, back to his thoughts. I got to hear his hot takes.
You're going to introduce new people to them. You should watch them 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6.
That's crazy.
So you preserve the twist of, spoiler alert, Darth Vader is his father.
It's been out for 60 years.
And then but some 5-year-old is going to watch this, and that's your target audience.
My fan base.
Mine too.
Yeah.
And then you watch 1 through 3 as a flashback, essentially, and then 6 is it's not as strong as 4 and 5 as a film, but it's a great culmination to the whole thing. It brings it all together. The stakes are bigger. If you've seen 1 through 3, it feels more like a saga.
Okay, I have a follow-up question.
Okay, great.
You said in Hollywood you had to do a bunch of kind of personal research of like watching old classics and all that sort of thing, and you have some pretty hard.
All right, that's pretty much the Star Wars thoughts there. But I like the more I see of David Corenswet, the more I like him, and I really hope he gets to be Superman again in maybe a Superman movie. And I wonder if the way Gunn is, this is my glass half full optimistic take of what Gunn is doing. Who we saw in Superman was Superboy. This is young in his career, hasn't earned the respect yet of metahuman colleagues, but he's getting there, and we will see by the time we get to Justice League or other movies, he has then earned the respect. He is a leader, and other heroes and humanity look to Superman to lead them. I think that could be the long term, and having taken place over 5 years, 8 years, 10 years could be amazing. We saw Tony Stark was not perfect in the first movies, a drunk, a womanizer, didn't care about, and he kind of got shocked to reality and to kind of clean up his act and look at the harm his company had done, Stark Industries. So, and then he was very selfish, narcissistic, and then his ultimate sacrifice was a selfless act. That was Tony's character arc through all the films and Avengers movies and all that. Maybe Superman will have an arc. There'll be a longer arc. Alan, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I like, I've mentioned it on Versus, but what I like about Superman is his values, goodness, kindness. That's not a Gunn character. You watch a James Gunn movie, you don't see that person, that Boy Scout, the one who is devoted and dedicated to doing right, doing justice, being kind. And I really like the fact that that's what makes Superman stand out. And it even helps more now that David Corenswet is. I mean, he's
69.
To listen to him talk, you realize he's not. I don't think he needed the PR training. All he needed to do is just show who he was, a real fan. A guy you can talk about these things with. You could probably disagree with him, and there's no problem there. And going back to the David Dastmalchian interview, James Gunn is best when he's just yapping away with his friends.
He's talking about nerd stuff. That's what he's best.
And he's able to be open and honest to say that no, things aren't perfect and things aren't, to admit that there's faults and weaknesses. Versus everything you get out of Disney is all, tightly manicured. Everything they say has to be. Is so scripted. They sound like publicists and politicians over at Disney. Well, over at DC, they're just natural.
Sorry about that, Alan.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll end on this. To be clear, David Corenswet didn't mention at all the sequel trilogy. Did not mention the sequel. Only talked about the prequels and the OT, and he even said that the sixth film, Jedi, was not the strongest. Pay attention to those little details, Alan. Pay attention. Grave Conversations is a show that is put on by David Dastmalchian, friend of the show, actor who played Polka Dot Man quite brilliantly. He's been in so many things. Late Night with the Devil. I love David Dastmalchian. He's now been cast as M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie. But he sat down, or I should say laid down with James Gunn. I didn't know about this. He has a TV show, a YouTube show called Grave Conversations, and it's pretty brilliant. He does interviews with people while laying in a coffin. And the show itself is sponsored by a coffin manufacturer. And James Gunn appeared on the show. I'm going to play some of this, a real quick clip here, but check out the whole video with the interview with David. James Gunn, I have to give him, he's better at these off-the-cuff, more relaxed situations than on the red carpet or rehearsed stuff. And obviously David and him are good friends. So let's watch this.
Revelations quintabid. If you could have dinner with a supervillain, living or dead, who would it be and why? You can have up to 3.
Up to 3. Well, Batmite, Lex Luthor. What are you laughing about?
I'm just excited.
You're excited for my
I'm excited for your answer. Yeah.
I want to see Absorbing Man.
Oh,
He's Marvel, but
that's fine.
Still would like to see him absorb some stuff.
Where would you take him?
To Via Veneto.
You
in
took me there once. That's very nice.
It's a very good restaurant.
Very good restaurant.
It was
Thank
delicious. Batman was still first. So don't make this about me choosing a Marvel.
No, it's about Batmite was the first on the tip of your tongue.
Yeah, Batmite I'd do anything to hang out with that little freak.
He will introduce Batmite into Batman. Now, as I was talking with Ryan Cannell earlier this week, it could be Batman high on drugs. Maybe Batman was drugged. He sees a vision. Really? He sees a little Batmite. It's a weird dream, but James Gunn is obsessed with the most obscure characters. The fact that he would ask if he could sit down with it, Batmite is number one. Let's just watch this for a little more. We'll comment on the back end.
You wanted to create chaos. What word would you eliminate from the English language?
I don't think there's any word that you could cause that much chaos with. You just replace it with something else. So this is a bullshit question.
It's a great fucking answer. I love that.
The world would work better. You ought to say, what word would you eliminate to make things better?
Yeah.
And there's so many. Very. All these fucking things that get in the way of just saying what you want to say, right?
Very.
Get
It's
rid of
so
that.
overused.
So,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What did you think of getting to see Superman? I loved it. I don't want to hear you kind of liked it. I don't want to hear any of that shit. But
Yeah, so
It was very good.
it's a good interview. I like Gunn off the cuff in more comfortable situations. We get little nuggets, but I think Batmite is coming. Mark my words, might take 4 or 5 years. I don't think we would see Batmite in a Pattinson universe. Although I'd like to see a very dark Batmite. Could we see the Dark Might? The Dark Might. We could see the Dark Might, Alan. Back me up on this.
You're just grasping.
I am. I'm trying to be the show.
I know you just want Batmite. I want Dino.
You
Mud.
want
I want Dino
No.
Mud. I know that's Hanna-Barbera, but I want
That's
Dino Mud.
Hanna-Barbera. Get your universes straight.
I said it was Hanna-Barbera.
Me?
I still want to see. Look, if they could put Jabberjaw in the Suicide Squad, why can't they put Dino Mud in a Batman movie?
Well, Jabberjaw stand-in, basically. King Shark.
Yeah,
or
and the
whatever.
sad thing is, Polka Dot Man is dead, and so David Dastmalchian can't
No,
get back
no
into
one is
the-
dead in fiction.
He got
Also,
he got
Dastmalchian
stepped on by Starro.
Dastmalchian is so versatile. Gunn could recast him as something else. They could cast David Dastmalchian as Batmite.